Welcome to Stupid Muslim Comments episode 12. This video series presents and addresses some of the amazingly stupid comments by Muslims found on the internet. This week's reading is brought to you by Bud Sugar. Check out their YouTube channel here and their upcoming new single Blinkin' Thinkin' coming out October 2nd. Now let's get started with this week's comment.
I don't think it's fair to judge people for their beliefs. Yes, I'm Muslim, but I don't have to hate people of other faiths. No hate or anything, but most atheist people just sit around and trash talk people for their beliefs. For the stupid fact that you believe that God is not real. But most people hate you for your belief in no God. Yes, I believe in God, and most people do too. So no hate or anything, I really don't have any right to take your freedom of speech away. So whatever, bye.
Excuse me? Did I hear that correctly? YouTuber Candy Love doesn't think it's fair to judge people for their beliefs. But what if those beliefs are silly or harmful? Are you aware that there are people today that perform circumcisions using their mouth, cutting the flesh of the infant's penis and then sucking it to stop the bleeding? Grown men putting baby genitals into their mouth. It's called whatever. Just Google it. Want more? What would you say if I told you there are people today that believe in a magical infant foreskin? Yes, the flesh cut off of a baby's penis with supernatural powers. Care to guess who believes in this craziness? Catholics. I'm not kidding. Google the Holy Prepuce. This miracle penis flesh is supposedly the foreskin of none other than baby Jesus himself. So what do you think? It's not fair for others to judge these silly and disgusting beliefs? How about something a bit closer to home? Qur'an chapter 4 verse 89 commands to kill unbelievers of Islam. Qur'an chapter 2 verse 74 states rocks are sentient and can fear God. Qur'an chapter 5 verse 6 gives advice on what to do if you touched a woman and don't have any water to clean it up. Rub some dirt on your face and hands. Stupid, silly, and even harmful beliefs are aplenty in Islam, as well as any other religion, and I don't see any reason to withhold critique where it's due. If you believe in stupid things for stupid reasons, you ought to be called out on them. Now, let me educate this Muslim on her, I'm assuming her, duty as a Muslim in regards to her dealings with non-Muslims. Quran chapter 2 verses 191 through 193 commands Muslims to fight and kill unbelievers until Islam rules society. Quran chapter 3 verse 28 commands Muslims to not make friends or allies with unbelievers. Quran chapter 5 verse 51 commands Muslims to not make friends specifically with Jews and Christians. If that wasn't enough, Jews seem to have a special place in Allah's heart: damnation and hatred. Seems to me that if you aren't hostile to people of other religions, especially Jews, you aren't being a good Muslim. If you don't like that, take it up with your ancient book of mythology. Next, atheists don't tend to claim that no God exists. Yes, I know I'm sounding like a broken record right about now. Atheism is the rejection of the positive claim that a God exists. It is not a claim asserting that no gods can or do exist. What I find ironic is that, at first, this commenter claims that people should not be judged for their beliefs, and then goes on to wrongly define atheism as a belief in no gods, and then admits that most theists hate, i.e. judge, atheists for their non-belief. So by this person's logic, it's wrong for atheists to judge theist beliefs, but not wrong for theists to judge atheist beliefs. Isn't that a bit self-serving and an excellent example of being unfair? The very same criticism leveled at me by this commenter. Lastly, yes, thank Jeebus she doesn't have the right to stifle my freedom of speech, but I suspect that she would desire such a right. Why else would she end her comment with not having the right to shut me up? While I myself don't believe in the nonsense that Muslims have been indoctrinated to accept, I have no desire to force them to keep quiet or give up their religious beliefs. As long as they don't force me to believe in what they believe and try not to change laws to limit my freedom, I couldn't care less what Muslims or theists in general believe. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button and subscribe. If you can spare a few dollars to support the efforts of this channel, visit my Patreon page here and become a patron today. Looking for a great place to communicate with vegans, atheists, theists, and non-vegans from across the globe? Consider joining the Vegan Atheist Forum. Our growing community is always looking for new members with whom we can share our experiences, debate issues, discuss, and learn from each other. Join the conversation at theveganatheist.com/forum.